Hi, fellow traders. What's happening? Man, what a day, what a day, what a day. This was an incredible day. One that I don't think anybody here has experienced before. I know I haven't. But I had no idea that we were going to see this kind of move in the market today. Now, I know yesterday after the close, I made a bull a bull case and I made a bear case that, hey, if we lost 420, we'd probably sell off. But if we, bounced off of this, we'd probably run up to around 430 or so. But, obviously Russia invaded Ukraine. The market didn't like that. We had the big gap down. But I was expecting it to continue to sell. I know that whenever we get a nice gap down, the initial value is always to the long side. I know this is, pretty much ingrained in my head. But because of the extenuating circumstances, I did not think that we would see a bounce like this. I did not. And it's just crazy. But evidently the market likes sanctions. It prefers sanctions over war, over military action. And we saw this on Monday when our administration said they were looking at imposing sanctions. They were not looking to do any military maneuvers or anything to get involved, but they were going to issue sanctions. And they came out today after the invasion and reiterated the fact. And I think a lot of us kind of didn't know whether they were going to do that or not. We just know if the tide was going to change. But everything was reiterated that we are not focusing on military retaliation. We're looking at doing this through sanctions. We have come together with the rest of the world. We're all on the same accord. And the market liked that. So hopefully we have a new playbook for any time we get in tense situations like this, that, so we don't spook the market. This is what happens. But even if the market did get spooked, we're still going to make money anyway. But it was just, it was a real interesting day, to say the least. So let's take a look at the day that we had. This morning, our first trade out of the gate was MRNA. We bought the initial push, and I guess as soon as I got in, TD Ameritrade, somebody went haywire. And when it popped up to my target, I couldn't take it off. It wouldn't allow me to trade. And I tried everything. I did everything, tried everything. But the one thing is, you don't panic in a situation like this. If your platform is messed up, you can always go to your broker and handle it there. If your internet's down or whatever, you can call your broker. You want to make sure you have their phone number in your phone. So that way you be able to, you won't be scared of anything happening. And you can sit back and be objective with what you do. And that's pretty much what we did here. And I did get a question of, how do I withstand these pullbacks? These are expected. Okay, it's not that I don't expect or anticipate pullbacks. I understand how markets move. I understand what makes markets move. And if there's not enough volatility to push our trade where it needs to go, it's going to go searching for orders to buy up so that it can go. Or maybe they didn't get filled like they wanted to because we got this big move and they're trying to finish filling their position. Whatever the case is, I expect trades to come back and retest support. So what I do is I make sure that I'm giving it enough room so that it could do that. Then especially on this aggressive entry on the opening range trade where I'm buying the break of the pre-market high. My risk, I don't use stops. My risk is going to be based on this support, and I'm going to give it enough room to test this support. So however much room I need to give it, I factor that in with how much I'm willing to lose on this trade. Or no, that's a bad way to say it. How much I'm willing to risk on this trade to take it, and I figure what my share size needs to be so that I don't risk more than I need to, and it gives it a chance to work and go, make the move up. How do I know this? Because I understand how the market works. I've taken my time and I've learned how real traders think, what they do, and that's who I'm emulating. Real professional traders do not have stop losses. They don't use hard stops. The only time you'll see me put in a stop order is when I'm walking away, and I'm leaving it to stop me out at break even after I've taken profit. Other than that, you're not going to see me put in one. I'm going to use my eyes to pay attention to what's going on and manage my risk accordingly. Now, if I made my trade plan right, I'm gonna stand to make a ton more money than I'm risking. Because all of that is all part of the process, part of the strategy, part of my edge. And I've been trying to teach you guys this and help you understand that this is the way you have to think to take your trading to the next level. If your break-even trading is more or less because of how you manage your risk, it's not allowing you to make money the way you should be making money, and we need to change that. So that's something that I've been trying to reiterate and push in chat forever and a day, and we're just going to keep doing it. But that's why I'm able to withstand these pullbacks that don't last long and push up. Was able to take profit here, could not get through to get to my next level, so we ended up getting stopped out at break even. And you can see it just kind of worked its way back up the rest of the day, but I wasn't interested. I pretty much decided I was going to stay out of the market until earnings after my next trade, which was on, guess what? Ta-da! NVDA, not Roku. NVDA. That was my next trade. So you can see I waited for it to take out the 200 moving average and go green on the day. It confirmed going green on the day. Then it turned around and pulled back, held support, bounced again, rejected, held support, and here we made a lower high, but we didn't make a lower low, and it just started grinding its way back up. And then our administration came out, said the word sanctions, and the market popped. I was able to get my first target. Unfortunately, it pulled back and stopped me out at break even before it took off and made this big move. But I didn't go back in. Here was a good place for me to go back in here and would have made 5 or 6 points on this. But at the point where I was like, I don't trust the market, I'm just going to wait till earnings. We've got some good earning stocks out, and then that's that. So that was the end of my trading day. Not bad. I mean, it wasn't a bad trading day, especially considering everything that we had to deal with. Now, the day started out really somber. Every pre-market show I watched, the mood was somber. I came in chat, somber mood. We were all down. But when the DAS and TD and IB had their issues, it just gave us something else to focus on. It took our mind off of the tragedy, and it kind of lifted our hearts, and it gave us something to focus on and kind of get over dealing with that sadness and the heaviness that we felt because of what was going on. At least I know for me. And once that happened and we got through that, it kind of helped me get on with my day. But, I thought that was something, unique and interesting about the day as well, because that was the first time that I had really experienced anything like that. So we got into earnings, and ETSY was the first earnings trade we took. Remember, this is the opening candle right here. The opening announcement candle, first 5-minute candle. Once it breaks the high, we get in, start taking profit at strategic points. Here, I was taking profit between this level and this level. Unfortunately, I accidentally double-clicked this. Like I clicked it, the sell 200 shares, and went to, or sell 50 shares, and I went to click it again. I went to move it, and I accidentally clicked it again, and it sold the last 50 I had. So that kind of messed that up for me. But you can see this was one of those big trades that only happens once or twice a week. So imagine how I was feeling missing out on this. Now this was still about $1,000 move. That I kind of figured it to be around $1,000 move, but this could have been massive. So imagine how bad I felt after that. But that was the ETSY move. Coinbase, this one really got messed up because I took this trade. This is the setup. Everything's right on this. I took the trade. I forgot I had to do my webinar. So I took it at 4:33. My webinar was supposed to start at 4. So I had to try and manage this around my webinar. And I thought I took this off on my phone. I logged in on my phone. I thought I had taken this off. I didn't. When I logged back in here not too long ago, I had not taken this off. So I'm actually still stuck in this part, in this coin. I'm looking for it to come down and sell off going into the 8 o'clock hour. That's what I'm looking for. Hopefully that will happen. But wherever it is, I'll take it off. I've got plenty profit today to eat that. So that's no big deal. It's kind of hovering around my max loss anyway on this trade. So that's not going to be no harm, no foul. But this is what a trade that doesn't work looks like. It starts to make a move. It can't confirm it. And we start to build back the other way. And we start reclaiming and confirming, taking out levels. We're done. This trade is done. So, and you can see this is exactly what happened. But this is an example of a trade that didn't work. Now, SQ, absolutely godsend today. It made my day. It took the sting away from missing out on ETSY's second part of the move. But it also made me think of what if I had both of these and did both of these trades. What kind of day would I have had? But, here again, this is the high of the announcement candle. This one took about an hour, almost an hour to break out. And this was breaking out right at the end of my the webinar. So if you weren't in the webinar, make sure you watch the end of it, because this trade is live in the webinar. When we got in it, me talking you through it, the risk parameters, all of that stuff is live in the webinar. Now, it might be a little jumped up because it caught me by surprise. This thing moved faster than I anticipated. I didn't get a chance to sit and go through the levels with you and all of that, but you will get the gist of the earnings trade. But this was absolutely beautiful. I still have 10 shares left. Was looking for 125. We'll take these 10 shares off at the end of the day, just like Coinbase. All of that will come off at the end. So really, really good day. As bad as the day started, as sorry and somber as the day started, this turned out to be a really, really good day. So here's where we are now. Well, actually, that's not it. We're actually different now. Actually in a better position now. So I'm going to show you exactly where we are right now. Right now we are, take a snapshot. Right now, SQ 1214, we still got 10 shares left of it. 248 we grabbed on the NVDA trade today. 796 the MRNA trade, that was the big one to start the day off. ETSY, I could have tripled this. I probably could have made $3,000 on ETSY had I done what I wanted to do. But not sure how much I'm going to make on SQ once it's all said and done. And right now, we're down 1107.29. So, I'm not worried about this. I mean, if I lose $1,000 of my 3,200, I still got $2,000. I'm not going to cry about it. Sometimes trades just don't work. And sometimes things happen and I have no control of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember, go back to the video, go back to the webinar I did today. The recording should be up sometime tomorrow. If you want to see the end of it, that's where the live trade is. If you want to learn about the strategy, you need to start from the beginning, because that's the webinar on the earnings strategy, aftermarket earnings strategy, complete with the live example. So make sure you don't miss that. So you guys be good, stay safe, and stay BBT strong. I will catch you tomorrow.